This is Dr. West. Welcome to the Bible Answer Man, and hoping that this question might be a blessing to you. Welcome to Rafa. Glad to have you with us. Hopefully, we are reacquainted again. You've been with us before, and we're blessed by our Bible Answer Man thing. This is Dr. Lee, and we also welcome the newcomers to us. We bless you, and we thank you for tuning us in, and glad to have you with us. Hopefully, you will, not hopefully, I believe you'll find something of value as you just listen to these and some of the other Bible Answer Man things. We just truly believe we want to bless you with the truth. We don't spin things, and we just give you the truth, and then let God deal with it in His way to your heart. Okay, the question is, Dr. Lee, how about Halloween? Okay, Halloween. A couple of millennia ago, it was to celebrate All Saints Day. That's what it meant. Halloween was a season of celebrating All Saints Day with festivals and times of festivities and such as that. And 60 years ago, it started taking on a different connotation. Then, before that time, the children would go out and they would. Some of them would wear masks. I know in my neighborhood, as a boy, we would go out and would wear masks. Some of them would be Batman, and others would be Robin, and some would be this, and some would be that. And it was a time just to go up somebody's door and just what they called back then trick or treat. Uh, well, it wasn't violent then. Now there are some fringe areas who used to do some tricky thing to people just for the fun of it. They didn't care about the candy gifts. They just did some mean things just to aggravate people. But most other kids in the United States celebrated it by just going door to door, and they didn't say trick or treat. I think maybe some of them did, but they carried a little bag, and if the lights were on, then people would just get some candy into their bag, and you didn't have to worry about things like razor blades and people harming children with hidden dangers in there. And the kids could eat pretty much anything that they got. Some people would give them apples and that sort of thing. And it was just a time of festivities. And most every neighborhood in the United States, that was the way they celebrated it. But a few years later, probably about 60 years ago, just about the time I was growing out of my boyhood and into my teen years, things started changing. And by the time I was in my formative years, my early 20s, then it was where things were starting to shift drastically. And then probably about 40 years ago, Halloween started taking on dreadful meanings. It would be harassment of people. It would be horror movies. It would be animal sacrifices done by satanic groups, and it was just a terrible time. There were horrendous things done on Halloween night, and like I say, a lot of them did the animal sacrifices, and that was evidenced by some evidence that was found later. So Christians should not participate in and not celebrate Halloween in any fashion. It's that some say, well, you can dress up as a pumpkin, or a elf or something like that. I would speak for Rafa, I believe, and say, let it go on by. Don't participate in it. Don't give to the children, because then you'll be subsidizing their problems. And just turn off your light, and if they come into your property and knock on the door, just refuse to on that night refuse to give anything to the children. You might be known as a Scrooge in your neighborhood, but that's better than contributing nowadays to their problem, because it'll be a problem for them later on. So Christians, no, don't participate in. It's not for Christians. It's grown into something that was at best a decent thing, although ministering to dead saints is kind of a no. All Saints Day, maybe you could stretch out to paying homage to in a polite way to some in the past, but as far as praying for them, no, that's not allowed. If you want to do a day of remembrances, maybe that could fit if it was a truthful message about some some of the older saints. But though, my base advice would be leave it alone, let it go. Is handled different ways in different parts of the world. Some of it gets very flagrant. In the United States now, it's not anywhere near what it was conceived to be. So this is Rafa's thought on it, and I think if you do that, you'll have a lot of peace of mind, and you won't contribute to the confusion of a child, even though their parents are going to be, most of them, be ignorant of the truth that's behind the thing. Okay, good to have you with us, and again, we just thank the Lord for you, and invite you to come back and be with us, and share us with your friends. Till next time, Dr. Lee saying, Lord bless you.